see here. Alright, so let me just go ahead and find the extra video I have going on in the background. I need to turn something off. There you go. Awesome. Alright, good. So let's go to the next video here. The next video we're talking about is this video that actually just went live today. If you watch this series, you've seen me talked about Anton Daniels, okay, this guy right here. You've seen me talk about him. All right, so he did a live stream earlier today, and this was the title: Why Red Pill Channels are lying to you and saying not to get married. Now, first of all, let me tell you what red pill is. Red pill is a concept from the movie Matrix, and it means if you eat the red pill, you know everything. Okay, there is to know, including things you may not necessarily want to know, right? And basically your eyes will be open and you will never be taken for granted ever again. So of course, just like men are hurt in relationships, both business and personal. Let me make sure the audio is working. Today has been all right, good. So just like men are hurt, right, women are also hurt. But when people get hurt, one of the first places they go to, not just emotionally, by the way, even physically, right? When you see like some kind of symptoms on your body that you don't understand, the first place that people go to these days is let me see, let me just make sure I'm on the right page here. There you go. The first place that people go to these days is Google, right? They go searching for YouTube. So if you're a man and you've been hurt, if you go on YouTube and you start searching for things like, why did my girl say she's not in love with me anymore? Or why did my wife say she's not? If you Google stuff like that, there's a good chance you will stumble into the manosphere, or what they call men goes their own way, or what they call the red pill community. The idea is to teach you everything that went wrong and why she did that. And once you figure out why she did that, oh, now your eyes are open that women are evil, or vice versa. It could be the other way around too. You know, there's a lot of versions of the feministic movement. I'm going to talk about feminism movement in a second. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And a lot of them will, you know, there's a lot of channels being created around rhetorics of why men are evil or women are evil. And it's very important that you pay attention to yourself on how you eat up this kind of content. And shout out to this guy, one of the few people that I know are kicking against that does not completely agree with red pill. Like myself, I don't 100% agree with red pill. As a matter of fact, I believe that if you 100% agree with anything, you're basically taking it in as a religion, and it will hurt you, okay? It will hurt you, more importantly, in ways that you're not gonna see it coming, because again, you're building a massive blind spot in addition to what you already had that got you into that space of hurt in the first place. It's like going on Google and searching for a particular symptom. Let's say, for example, you felt some kind of pain in your right arm, and then you go there, you search. If you don't see a doctor, an actual doctor, you're going to see more information that will scare you and potentially hurt you than good. It's the same thing, okay? So I always tell people when I stumble into one of these guys and they go, hey, red pill, have you seen one of that? I said, you need a mentor. Especially if they have what I call the red pill rage. You need a mentor. You need to talk to someone ASAP. Because again, people start to talk from their point of view, or they interpret what they see with their experiences. It can backfire. It will create anger. It will create issues with you mentally. And when you start to use the rhetorics and the talking points, you know, there's many talking points. One day I'll do a video on the talking points, and I will probably like dismantle all of them. But anyway, the point of this video is that he's saying why the red pill channels are lying to you and saying not to get married. One of the things that they say is avoid marriage, right? Why? Because women are hypogamous and they are out to take everything that you worked for. And you find a lot of kids that haven't even worked at all. They haven't even built anything, and they are playing defense, okay? And that's something about life. If you waste your time playing defense most of the time, you're still going to be a loser. Did you know that in any sport in life, right? At some point, you want to play defense, of course, but also, like, I'm not asking you to be out here and being all naive. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you also want to play offense, right? The offense in this kind of game is that how are you working on yourself? What is it about you that's attracting this situation or that attracted that situation to yourself? Because you are exactly at the end of the day what you attract over a period of time. Events do happen, right? Things happen in life that are absolutely unfortunate, and things happen. That's just a fact of life, right? That things do happen in life that we're not proud of, or that you couldn't be proud of, or that hurt you, or that hurt your feelings, or there are evil people out here. I'm not, both men and women. I'm not saying that there's none, right? What I'm saying is that you should also not take your attention off of the fact that you are also what you attract in the grand scheme of things. If you've been in 16 different relationships, romantic relationships, and all of them has been terrible, there's only one common denominator in all of that, and that's you. So let's say the devil is just out to get you, right? Don't you want to at least, again, this is the playing offense part, right? Make sure that you're not the one leaving this loopholes open for the devil to come in, right? You do want to make sure of that. So that's very important, right? So as you can see here, this comment is on fire because there's a lot of young kids and old adolescent grown men working around the YouTube and complaining and trying to out complain the women. And anytime they see a title of anything that kicks against red pill, they get the red pill rage and they start fighting. There's nothing wrong with knowing, but everything is wrong with just knowledge. At some point, application of knowledge is going to be important, right? Application of knowledge is not as going to be as smooth as it may seem. When it's time to apply knowledge, some scenarios will play out, and if you don't have a coach or experience, you may misfire. You may do things the wrong way. You may see things that will throw you off the curve or throw you a curveball, as they say, right? So somebody says, this is the first time I actually disagree with you, Anton. The whole legal system is rigged against men. Okay, so let's agree that this is a fact, right? I'm not saying it's a fact. Let's just, for the sake of this point right now, because that's a conversation that we can have in a deeper manner. I don't even like to have such conversation in a deeper manner because people tend to bring emotions and anger to the table when they're talking about things like this, and they bring their own personal experience. Maybe they've been hurt, their family has been hurt, and it's hard for them to be objective. They cannot be objective. They're not capable of being objective when you have terrible experiences attached to a topic. So I understand a lot where a lot of this rage are coming from, right? So let's just, for the sake of this argument, say the whole system is rigged against men. When it comes to marriage, that's just a simple fact. Okay, so they're very quick to also point out that something is a fact. That's why you don't want to argue fact or non-fact against them. It's not worth it, okay? The truth is that when things start to play out in real life, it's feelings that's on the surface that you have to learn how to manage, not the facts, okay? The facts are recorded. They are more of a lagging indicator. It was recorded after events. It's the events you need to learn how to manage, all right? The feelings, essentially. That's not to say you shouldn't get married. Having a marriage ceremony in front of family and friends is good. If it's tied to your religious belief, even better. Absolutely no need to get the government involved. Okay, so people want to get married but don't want to get the government involved, and that's also a red pill talk, right? But at the end of the day, we can read between the lines, and this is the problem with people that get stuck on facts. They don't have the ability to read between the lines. They don't know how to read people's words and read where they're coming from, and this is a problem in real life when you're dealing with not just marriage and relationships in marriage, but even all other different types of relationships in life. There are going to be things in between the line that you need to have the spirit of discernment, like I said earlier, to be able to unpack and learn how to manage. Nowadays, getting the government involved is just moronic. So there's nothing factual about everything they said. There's nothing factual about maybe the tax benefits, maybe the benefits of a person staying in a marriage in one household, nothing. Just pure feelings, but yet claiming that this something is a simple fact. That's it's interesting that it's men that are roaming around the internet speaking out of emotions and not paying attention to their behavior much longer. It's just actually very, very sad.